Chapter 1: The Magical Legend. In a distant forest far from the hustle and bustle of the city, there stood a tall oak tree, its branches almost touching the sky. Inside the tree's hollow lived a little squirrel named Nini. Nini had light brown fur, big shiny black eyes, and the cutest little mouth. Nini was the most curious squirrel in the whole forest. Every morning, she would crawl out of her tree hollow, climb up to the treetops, and observe everything in the forest. She loved to leap and tumble, and she loved to explore and make new friends. Nini's curiosity often led her to discover new and unknown things, and she couldn't wait to uncover every secret in the forest. One day, while Nini was frolicking on a branch, she heard a mysterious story. A wise old fox told her that there was a mysterious cave in the forest, and inside it was a treasure known as the magic crystal. This crystal was said to have magical powers that could grant any animal's wish. Nini's little ears perked up, and she asked eagerly, "Where is the magic crystal? Can I find it?" The old fox smiled and said, "The magic crystal is hidden deep within the forest in a mysterious cave. It's a place filled with adventures and challenges. But if you have courage and determination, perhaps you can find it." Nini's heart swelled with excitement and longing. She decided to embark on the adventure to find the magic crystal, knowing that it would be a journey filled with adventure, friendship, and growth. She hopped down from the branch, went into her tree hollow, and prepared to tell her friends, Pippi and Jack, about this wonderful legend. Chapter 2: The Meeting of Good Friends. After Nini had heard about the magical legend, she couldn't wait to share it with her dear friends, Pippi and Jack. The next morning, she gathered them beneath the towering oak tree, where they often played and chatted. Nini's eyes sparkled with excitement as she began to tell the tale of the magic crystal and the mysterious cave. Pippi, with his mischievous spirit and bright eyes, listened intently. Jack, the wise and thoughtful squirrel, nodded in agreement. They were both captivated by the story and could feel the sense of wonder that filled the air. Without a moment's hesitation, Pippi exclaimed, "We must embark on this adventure. Imagine the incredible things we could wish for with the magic crystal." Jack, ever the voice of reason, added, "But we must also be prepared for the challenges that lie ahead." this journey won't be easy." The three friends huddled together, their determination growing stronger with each passing moment. They gathered supplies, packed their bags with nuts and berries, and even fashioned a small map to guide them through the forest. As they set off, the forest seemed to come alive around them. Birds chirped merrily, and the leaves rustled in encouragement. Along the way, they encountered other forest creatures, a cheerful rabbit named Rosie, a wise old owl named Oliver, and a playful squirrel named Sammy. Each one wished them well on their journey and offered a piece of advice. As the day turned to night, the friends found a cozy spot to rest. They gathered around a small campfire, sharing stories and laughter. They marveled at the vastness of the forest and felt grateful for the bonds of friendship that held them together. In the glow of the fire, Nini, Pippi, and Jack made a pact to support one another through every challenge and celebrate each triumph. They knew that together they could overcome anything. And so, under the starry night sky, they drifted off to sleep, their hearts filled with anticipation for the adventures that awaited them on the path to the magic crystal. They were ready to face whatever challenges the forest had in store, knowing that their friendship would be their greatest strength. Chapter 3: The Rushing River. As the sun rose, painting the sky with vibrant hues of orange and pink, our intrepid trio of adventurers continued their journey towards the mysterious cave. The forest was alive with the sounds of chirping birds and rustling leaves, welcoming them on their quest. They followed the map they had created, winding their way through dense underbrush and over gnarled tree roots. Each step brought them closer to the heart of the forest and closer to the rumored location of the magic crystal. Then, just as they rounded a bend, they came face to face with a wide, rushing river. Its waters were swift and powerful, glistening under the morning sun. Nini, Pippi, and Jack exchanged worried glances. How were they going to cross this formidable obstacle? It was at this moment that they heard a gentle hiss. Turning around, they saw a friendly-looking snake named Lily. Her scales shimmered with various shades of green, and her eyes sparkled with kindness. "Greetings, travelers. I couldn't help but overhear your predicament," Lily said, offering a warm smile. "I know of a way to cross this river, but it won't be easy. The three friends listened intently as Lily explained that the only way across the river was by using a makeshift bridge made from nearby materials. With Lily's guidance, they gathered long, sturdy branches and strong vines. They worked tirelessly, weaving them together to form a bridge that would hopefully carry them safely to the other side. As the bridge took shape, Nini, Pippi, and Jack encouraged one another, their determination unwavering. They knew that this was a crucial moment in their journey, and they couldn't afford to give up. Finally, the bridge was complete. It stretched across the rushing river like a lifeline, connecting the two sides of the forest. Nini, being the bravest of the three, took a deep breath and gingerly stepped onto the bridge. She inched her way forward, her heart pounding with each step. Pippi and Jack followed, offering words of encouragement and support. They moved slowly and steadily, their eyes fixed on the opposite bank. With every passing moment, the bridge held firm and their confidence grew. When they reached the other side, a wave of relief washed over them. They turned to Lily with gratitude shining in their eyes. "Thank you, Lily. We couldn't have done it without you," Nini said, her voice filled with genuine appreciation. Lily nodded, her eyes twinkling with pride. "You are all brave and resourceful. Remember, sometimes the most challenging obstacles lead to the greatest rewards." With renewed determination, the friends continued their journey towards the mysterious cave, their spirits lifted by their victory over the rushing river. They knew that with their combined strength and the support of newfound friends like Lily, they were capable of anything. Chapter 4: The Mysterious Cave. With their hearts still pounding from the adrenaline of crossing the rushing river, Nini, Pippi, and Jack forged ahead, following the path that led deeper into the forest. The trees grew taller and the air grew cooler as they ventured further into the heart of the wilderness. After what felt like hours of winding through the dense underbrush, they finally arrived at the entrance of the mysterious cave. It was nestled between two massive boulders, its opening shrouded in shadows. The air inside the cave was cool and carried a faint, earthy scent. Nini took a deep breath, her eyes wide with wonder. "This is it," she whispered, her voice echoing in the cavernous space. Pippi and Jack stood beside her, their expressions a mix of excitement and trepidation. As they stepped into the cave, they were greeted by the soft glow of bioluminescent fungi, casting an otherworldly light on the walls. The cave seemed to pulse with a quiet energy, and the air was filled with a sense of anticipation. In the heart of the cave, they discovered an astonishing sight: the magic crystal, nestled in a bed of soft moss. It shimmered with an inner light, casting prismatic colors across the walls. Nini carefully picked it up, feeling a gentle thrum of power in her paws. "It's even more beautiful than I imagined," Nini breathed, her eyes wide with awe. Pippi and Jack nodded in agreement, their faces filled with wonder. As Nini cradled the magic crystal, a wave of warmth spread through her, filling her with a sense of purpose and determination. She knew that this crystal held the power to make dreams come true, not just for herself, but for all the creatures of the forest. With great care, Nini placed the magic crystal in a small pouch she had brought with her. It felt like a precious treasure, and she knew that they needed to carry it back to their forest home with the utmost care. As they exited the cave, the world outside seemed to glow a little brighter. The forest welcomed them back with a chorus of bird songs and rustling leaves. They knew that their journey was far from over, but they also knew that with the magic crystal in their possession, they held a powerful source of hope and possibility. With the crystal safely in their pouch, the three friends made their way back through the forest, their hearts light with the knowledge that they were carrying a piece of magic that could bring joy and fulfillment to all. They were filled with gratitude for the challenges they had faced and the friends they had made along the way. Little did they know that their adventure was just beginning, and that the real magic would come not from the crystal itself, but from the bonds of friendship and the dreams they dared to chase. Chapter 5: The Journey Home. With the magic crystal safely tucked away in Nini's pouch, the trio began their journey back through the forest. The sun danced through the leaves, casting dappled patterns on the forest floor as if celebrating their triumphant return. As they walked, they couldn't help but reflect on the challenges they had faced and the new friends they had made. Pippi, always the spirited one, regaled them with tales of their adventures, adding his own playful twists to make them even more entertaining. Jack, the wise and thoughtful squirrel, listened intently, interjecting with nuggets of wisdom gleaned from their experiences. Their laughter and camaraderie filled the forest, weaving a tapestry of memories that would forever bind them together. Along the way, they encountered some of the friends they had made on their journey: Rosie the rabbit, Oliver the wise old owl, and Sammy the playful squirrel. Each one greeted them with warm smiles and hearty congratulations on their successful quest. As they approached the rushing river once more, they felt a sense of pride in how far they had come. They looked at the bridge they had built with a newfound appreciation for their own resourcefulness and determination. With Lily's guidance, they safely crossed the river once more, this time with a confidence that came from knowing they could overcome any obstacle. Finally, they arrived back at their beloved oak tree, where their adventure had begun. They carefully placed the magic crystal beneath the roots, knowing that it would be safe until the time came to use its magic. As they sat together beneath the tree's protective branches, a feeling of contentment washed over them. They knew that they had not only found a precious treasure, but they had also discovered the true power of friendship and the strength that came from facing challenges together. With a sense of accomplishment and a heart full of gratitude, Nini, Pippi, and Jack settled in for a peaceful night's rest. They knew that their journey had forever changed them, and they looked forward to whatever adventures the future held. And so, under the watchful gaze of the moon and stars, they drifted off to sleep, their dreams filled with visions of a forest united by magic, friendship, and the unwavering belief that anything was possible.